Hey loves, it's Belinda, Selene, and welcome back to my channel. So today I want to share with you guys everything that's been going on for the past almost 4 months. I am currently 16 weeks pregnant, and I want to share with you guys everything that's been going on within the first trimester. I've always wanted to film a video like this. I am so excited that we're finally in this point of our life where I get to share it with you guys. I also want to share with you guys the supplements and products that I've been using to help me with my symptoms. If you guys are new to my channel or new to my journey, my husband and I have been trying to conceive for so many years now, and thanks to IVF we were able to conceive, and now I'm 16 weeks pregnant and I'm so excited. So a little bit about IVF. Let me just try and shorten it as much as I can for you because there's so much to it, and I promise I will do a whole video talking about it in the near future. I just have to make sure that I get everything that I need written down, and I was just kind of waiting for me to feel better. So be on the lookout for that. Okay, I'm going to explain the short version of how IVF works. So pretty much you start taking medication in order to stimulate your ovaries to produce multiple eggs, and then those eggs get extracted. You take a male sample, which is sperm, you put it together, and then afterwards they take the embryo and they transfer it back into your uterus, and then by the grace of God, you pray for a miracle and you hope that you get pregnant. It's not guaranteed, but the percentage of IVF is the highest when it comes to trying to conceive, and so that is what we did. We did 3 full cycles, and one of those cycles was canceled halfway through because of certain circumstances, which I will get into in another video, but we finally did conceive after 10 months of going through IVF. The first cycle that we did IVF, unfortunately I did have a miscarriage, and that was really difficult, and it made me really scared to continue with IVF because I didn't want my heart broken again, but I didn't want to give up. And so by the time that we did the 3rd cycle and we did end up pregnant, I was just very cautious, and I was really nervous, but I was trying to stay positive and trying to stay optimistic about us having or being pregnant. Going through IVF, we actually found out super early that we were pregnant. We found out 2 weeks after the transfer, which is technically 4 weeks pregnant, and we waited really patiently to find out whether we were pregnant. I didn't do any pregnancy tests at home just because I was so nervous. I wanted to hear it from the doctor instead of like seeing it on a stick, and so we did wait very patiently, and we found out that we were pregnant, and then oh my god. Okay, I needed to drink that. The day before I was going in to get my blood work drawn to find out whether we were pregnant, it was Thanksgiving, and that night I noticed that I had very minor cramping, and so I went to the restroom and I noticed a little bit of spotting, and that terrified me so much because that is what happened when I had my first miscarriage. But when I did have my miscarriage in the first cycle, the cramping was so intense, it felt worse than period cramps, and it lasted for hours, and I didn't know that was normal. I didn't know what was happening. So this time I felt just very like minor cramping. It was hardly noticeable, but because I was so aware of my body and making sure that I was okay, every little thing I would notice. I was so in tune with my body. And then the spotting was very minimal. Like if I would have wiped and not checked, like I wouldn't even have noticed. But I got really nervous that night and I started crying. I'm like, Ricardo, I'm so nervous. I'm scared. Like, what if it's happening again? Like, what, you know, if I'm having another miscarriage? And he just like calmed me down. He's like, everything's okay. Like, you're gonna be fine. We cannot think about this. Like, let's just watch a movie. Like, let's get our mind off of it. And that helped me out so much. I didn't feel any pain after that, but I was just really worried. And then the next day is when we woke up super early to go get our blood work done, or my blood work. I say us because it's me and my husband, but like I went to go get my blood work done, and it came back that I was pregnant. And then we just waited every other day to get the blood work done to make sure that the numbers were doubling, and they were so much higher than they were the first time, and the pregnancy was progressing, and I was so incredibly happy, but I was nervous. And something that I did struggle with in the first weeks after finding out that I was pregnant is being so terrified of something going wrong to the point where I started to feel really anxious again. And you can't feel stressed out or anxious like when you're pregnant. It's just not healthy. Someone that has truly helped me out in this entire journey is someone who I look up to so much, and I consider her my mentor, and I call her anytime that I'm feeling upset or anxious or just like worried, or I have any questions about IVF. I called her and she made me feel so much better. She had actually gone through IVF twice with 2 of her children, and so she's the only person that I know who has gone through this procedure, and she is just so honest and she tells me exactly what I need to hear. She doesn't sugarcoat anything, and it feels so good to feel that what I was feeling was normal, and she just totally helped me calm down, and I did. And so we went to go see the first ultrasound, we went to go see the second ultrasound, and I was still really nervous, but she made me feel so much better. I would just call her any time of the day.
And I am so happy to say that here is your beautiful gestational sac. And then you see the little circle inside, that's the yolk sac, and the fetal pool is kind of attached right on top. It's very too early to tell, but this is the first ultrasound, and this is exactly what I was looking for, so you're right on target, okay? I'm so happy for you. So do you remember when you first came in, like all we saw was this gestational sac and then the yolk sac? So now you can see your fetal pool. So this right here, where I'm showing you the green, that's the baby.
Together, everything that has been don't matter no more. We've burned it. All those whirlwinds can't touch.
Ricardo was also super supportive in going through it, because emotionally it's so draining. I could deal with the physical part of going through anything, but just the emotional part is so hard, especially because, you know, having that first cycle and going through all of that was so traumatizing to me. So in the first couple of weeks, I couldn't really enjoy it as much as I wanted to. And then once we went through several different ultrasounds and saw that the baby was doing good, I'm like, you know what? I cannot live my life in fear. I want to enjoy every single part of being pregnant. I'm like, I don't care if like I have really bad symptoms. Like, I want to feel nauseous. I want to know that the baby is growing. Like, I don't care what I have to go through. I just, please God, like, please let this baby be healthy. Please, please allow this to happen. And I promise you I will be the best mother. And I was just like, and I was just like, please. Oh my God. I was just praying. I'm like, please God, just allow this to happen. I promise that I will try and be the best mother that I could possibly be. I just really want this baby so bad. I don't want to have to worry or stress about what's going on. I just want to enjoy this to the fullest. And I think talking to God and just allowing myself to enjoy this really helped out so much. And I remember I was feeling really upset. I don't even know why. I was feeling so anxious, and I came home one day after going to the grocery store. Ricardo had just came home, and he was he's like the sweetest husband in the entire world. I don't know how I got so lucky to have someone like him. He's been so happy and excited about this whole process, and he's been just so attentive to anything that I need, and he surprised me with such a sweet gift. And I just broke down in tears, and he just made me feel so much better because he actually got me a pregnancy journal. He's so cute, and he got me a little bundle. He got me this little gift right here all together, and it is a pregnancy journal, and then this is baby milestone stickers that help you progress. I can't even think straight. Baby milestone stickers that tell you how many weeks you are so you can take pictures with your bump. And then he also got me this, which is Burt's Bees Mama Bee belly butter, so that you could rub on your belly and on your body. And I just thought that was the most thoughtful thing he could have ever gotten for me, and like to really help me enjoy this pregnancy and not worry so much. And I cherish this so much, and writing things down allowed me to feel better about everything that was going on. So over here it says so over here I just like started like documenting and like putting pictures like the day that we found out, when we were going to announce it, and just like everything that's been going on with my pregnancy. And after that I just felt so much better, and I haven't worried since then. Ever since that happened, ever since, you know, I'm more open about it and I talk about it, and ever since I talked to Ricardo about it, like, I just feel so much better, and I'm letting myself 100% enjoy this pregnancy. I'm not going to hold back on anything that I feel, because it's like I need it for like my mental health and for this baby to be healthy and to grow. And I am so incredibly happy now where I'm at. So I didn't think that this video would end up like this, to be honest. I thought it was going to go a lot differently than it's going. But that's how I've been feeling the first trimester. I want to say around the 8th week that I was pregnant, I really just wanted to have morning sickness symptoms. I wanted to throw up. I wanted to have any kind of symptom just to make sure that the baby was okay. And it was funny because I remember talking to my sister on the phone. I was like, Nidhi, I know it sounds so weird, but I just want to like throw up, like in the movies. Like, I just want to have that experience. And she's like, oh girl, she's like, you do not. She's like, I had that with Camila when she was pregnant. And she's like, it is so horrible. She's like, I hope you have an easy pregnancy. She's like, and I hope you don't throw up. Well, my wish came true. So around the 8th week, I remember I started to feel really nauseous, like so nauseous, and I was so happy. I was like, yes. I'm like, I have symptoms, like my baby is growing, like my body is doing what it's supposed to do to produce these hormones, so that I can carry my baby. And I was so happy feeling nauseous, and I was so happy just, you know, feeling so tired. And I gave myself all the time in the world not to worry, not to stress myself out with work, not to stress out myself out with like any commitments that I had, or you know, being socially active on social media or going out, or just, I completely let myself sleep when I was tired, eat when I was hungry, watch TV even though I didn't really watch TV, but just like sit on the couch and do nothing if I had to, just to feel better. And I'm like, you know what, I'm not gonna stress out about it. Like, I'm just gonna try and take this as easy as possible. My #1 priority was just to feel physically and mentally okay and happy for this baby, and that was the best thing I could have done. And when it comes to eating, to be honest, I have lost my appetite. I don't crave anything really. It's been rare if I do here or there. One time I was craving oranges so bad that I had dreams about them, and then I had 2 oranges and they were the most delicious oranges I've ever had. But aside from that, I don't really crave much, and I don't really eat that much. It's been really hard to eat, to be honest, and I don't like things with smells. So like, if it smells, if it's hot out of the oven, like, I don't really want to eat it sometimes. And it's, I don't know, it's been weird, and I feel like I can't eat late at night, and this baby for some reason wants to be vegetarian, so any meat, it's just not appetizing at all whatsoever. It just will not go down. And it all started with a ham sandwich. At Panera Bread, I ordered one of my favorite sandwiches and it had ham in it, and I took a bite, and after taking that bite I felt so sick that I did not want the rest of that sandwich. And then after that I cannot eat meat at all whatsoever. So I've been vegetarian for the past like, I want to say 4 months or 3 months, and I don't mind really. It's just hard to find something to eat. Going into my 9th, my 10th, and 11th week, I just felt really, really nauseous, and I had minor headaches, which I could totally deal with. It was really hard, to be honest. And then by the time that I was 12 weeks, I'm like, okay, like 12 weeks is coming up, like these symptoms should be fading now. Like I'm glad I felt the symptoms, and I'm glad that I, you know, had the nausea and the morning sickness, but like I'm ready to feel better now. And of course it didn't happen. It actually got a lot worse. So going into 12 weeks, I started to throw up, and I remember the first time I did throw up, I was really happy, and I was like, oh my god, I was like so cheesy afterwards. And I was so happy that it happened. But then it continued to happen, and let me just tell you, like throwing up is like the absolute worst thing that can happen to me. Before being pregnant, I would sit in pain just so that I wouldn't throw up. Like my stomach would be hurting so bad, and I would stay up hours through the night with, you know, a stomach ache just so that I didn't have to throw up. And I would cry after throwing up, which it was so bad. Like, oh, it's like, it's so horrible. I'm like the worst person when it comes to throwing up. So going into the 12th week, where I actually did start to throw up almost on a daily basis, was really, really hard and difficult for me. And I would cry, and I'm like, and then afterwards I'm like, it's okay, my baby's okay, you know, like I'm okay, like, baby, if I have to throw up the entire pregnancy for you, I will do it. You know, I was just, I was trying to be okay with it. And then I want to say mid 12 weeks, I started to get migraines. My headaches turned into migraines. I did tell my doctor, because I was really, really concerned after that. I'm like, I've never had a migraine in my life. Like, these are so bad. Sometimes I can't handle them. And she was like, okay, let's just make sure everything's okay with you. So we did a bunch of like different tests, and everything came back fine. She's like, you're fine. She's like, this is something that does happen. Not to all women, but it does tend to happen as a pregnancy symptom. And it's nothing you should be worried about. If it gets so bad, take a Tylenol. If you could stick it through, you can do that also. She's like, but just try to take it easy. And so it's been okay. I don't get them every single day, which is good. Once I hit 16 weeks, I did throw up twice in one day because I was traveling. We had really bad turbulence flying into New York, and Ricardo was even about to throw up. He's like, I don't know if your symptoms are rubbing off on me, but that was a horrible landing. It was 15 minutes of turbulence and made me feel really nauseous. Luckily, I made it to a bathroom before I threw up. And then there was a lady knocking at my door. She's like, miss, are you okay? Are you okay in there? And I'm like, I'm fine. And then I would throw up again. And then she like brought me tissue, and then she would knock on my door again. She's like, miss, are you okay? I'm like, I'm okay. It was really bad, but I felt so much better after that. And then for the past 4 days now, I haven't thrown up, which is really good. I'm glad. I still feel nauseous, so that's why I have my ginger ale with me. I'm also going to share with you guys everything that has helped me with my symptoms. But one thing that I also wanted to include in this video is when I actually popped, when you were able to actually tell that I had a little bump, which makes me so happy. And that is right along, I want to say 14 or 15 weeks. At 14 weeks, you could tell at night when I would eat, and my stomach is really, really hard, and that's how I noticed that I was starting to pop. And then at 15 weeks, like from day to night, I'm not even kidding, from day to night I went like boop, boop. And I was like, oh my god, that is so crazy, because you've never really been able to tell that I was pregnant, and I was just like waiting for you to be able to see my little bump, and I was so excited. I would check every single morning, every single day when I put like lotion on my stomach.
I think I can say that my bump has officially popped, and it makes me so happy. It's funny because I noticed a lot of differences in the past, like maybe like 48 hours.
I was telling Ricardo, like, I know I'm gonna get so bigger, but like I feel so full. Like after I eat, like I eat very, very little and I'm like, I feel so full and so big, and this is like nothing compared to what it's gonna be like. It makes me so happy. In the mornings, I have a full routine. I have crackers and ginger ale. Thanks to you guys. You guys have helped me out with like recommendations on what to take. So I have ginger ale in the fridge stocked up. I have Topo Chico because that really helped out a lot when it came to throwing up. I also have these little ginger candies which help somewhat, but not as much as I thought that they would. When I feel like I'm literally about to throw up, I will start chewing on mint gum, and that has helped. At night, if I'm feeling really nauseous and I feel like I can't fall asleep because of that, or if I have a really bad headache, I will just rub this essential oil on my wrist and I sleep like this. The little ball fell out. Okay, so what I'll do is I'll rub a little bit of essential oil on my wrists, and that way when I'm sleeping on my side, I will have my hand here and I smell it, and that has helped me out so much. Ricardo is so cute. He also got me this bracelet super early on when I was having really bad nausea, and this is a nausea bracelet, and it's safe to use for pregnant women, and it helps distract you from being nauseous, and it helps with your stomach, and it does work. I was very surprised by this, and you can adjust the intensity level. A lot of people actually get these bracelets if they are traveling, if they get nauseous when they're traveling, or if they are at sea, if they're like on a cruise or on a boat and they get nauseous easily. This is also something that you could wear for that, and it's great because sometimes I would be in a public place and I'm like, oh my god, I really need to stop feeling nauseous like this. I would turn it on and it would help it go away. So this also helped, but not all of the time. Now, I am prone to stretch marks. Growing up, I developed very fast, and I have stretch marks on my hips and on my back. So I already know that I'm gonna get them through pregnancy, but something that I feel like will help me out are these creams, and hopefully they help me out through the pregnancy. We'll see, but this is what I've been rubbing on my tummy, on my thighs, on the back of my knees, on my arms, on my back, on my breasts, and of course, yeah, I already said my tummy, right? And on my hips. And it is this brand. I did a lot of research. I'm like, I want to find the best one. Like, which one is the best one? I don't know if these are, but they're really great. They just feel really nice on your body. And it is the brand Basque NYC. This is the Resilient Body Oil, and it smells so good. It smells like essential oils. This is eucalyptus. It smells so amazing, and I keep this inside of my shower. So after I'm done taking a shower, I will just grab this and I'll rub it all over my body, and it just feels so smooth, and oh my gosh, I love this. It smells so good, and I'm almost out because I use it every single day. And then at night, I'll use this. This is the same brand, and it is called the Intensive Treatment Stretch Mark Butter. I found these on Amazon after I did research on which ones to get. And then another one that I also use is the one that Ricardo gave me. He's so cute. This is the Burt's Bees Mama Bee Belly Butter, and I also use this. And he's like, can I rub this on your tummy when you get bigger? He's like, I want to be able to feel the baby. I was like, you're so cute, baby, of course. Also, the vitamins that I have been loving are these right here. These are the Ritual Essential Prenatal Vitamins. I have tried several different vitamins. I did a ton of research trying to find out the best ones. I was buying some that were like $80 from Whole Foods, and those made me feel extremely nauseous, and I felt like I was going to throw them back up because they were like really thick. And when I would take them, my stomach would hurt through the entire night. I couldn't take them in the day because otherwise they made me feel even more nauseous. So I would take them at night, and they would give me the absolute worst stomach ache, and I could not sleep. I want to say that I lost a lot of sleep starting like around week 8, taking different kinds of vitamins because they would just give me horrible stomach aches, and they would make me feel nauseous to the point where I would sleep all day instead of at night because it just would make me feel so horrible. So I kept switching vitamins, trying to find ones that I would actually like enjoy taking. And then I did some research and I found these. These are Ritual Essential Prenatal Vitamins, and oh my goodness, I highly, highly recommend these. First of all, they smell amazing, and it's not because they use any synthetic smells. This little tablet that's transparent inside of here just smells like lemons. You don't eat this. It just smells like lemons. It helps the vitamins stay fresh inside, and it helps give it a really nice scent. So there are no synthetic dyes, smells, there are no like shady ingredients inside of here. I did my research and they're really, really clean. And so because of the design, they help you with nausea, so that way you don't feel nauseous taking them. And then you can take them with or without food, and you can take them in the morning or at night, and they do not give me a stomach ache. So I've been so happy about these. I do have a coupon code if you guys want to try them out. I started using these before they decided to sponsor me, which is great. I was so happy. I was like, oh my god, are you kidding me? Yes! Like, how could I not talk about these vitamins if they've helped me out so much? So I did an Instagram sponsorship with them later on, and I was so happy to recommend them. I'm like, that's why I love partnering with brands that I actually like love and use. That is everything that I have used so far. I'm going to start looking for maternity pants because none of my pants fit anymore at all, and they're so uncomfortable. So I want to know when you guys started using maternity clothes or like switched into more comfortable clothes. And before I end this video, I just want to genuinely thank you guys for all of your support and love that you have showed over on my social media, or just talking to you guys, all of your direct messages. Like, thank you so much for helping me enjoy this as much as possible, and just talking to me and hearing your stories, and I'm so grateful and I'm so thankful, and I really, really appreciate it. And to the women who are trying to conceive, I just want to say that I am here for you. I know exactly what you're going through. I have gone through it myself. I feel like I'm still going through it, and I am you, and that your time will come, and I'm praying for you, and I'm sending you nothing but love, and I want you to know that you're not alone, and there are so many other women who are going through the same thing as you are, and you're not broken, and your time will come. I promise. So that is all for today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and I'll talk to you guys next time. Muchos besos. Mwah.